What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. It's Wednesday, June 26th, just after 11 a.m. We got a little bit of a slow day in the market today. Not really too much is going on. We had a few stocks gapping up today, and then they just faded off. No volume. Blockchain and cryptocurrency stocks were looking pretty decent. Pre-market, they had a little bit of a choppy day, I would say. Not really just too much going on, just no volume, like I said. So I'm not going to stick around when it's slow. You guys know me. I'm not going to stick around when it's slow. It's all about account preservation. Tomorrow's always a new day. And take the slow days and just study up. That's all you can do. Save your capital. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow we could see something just really, really huge take off and explode. No need to force trades. And when it's slow like this in the market too, you gotta walk away if you're a long trader. Because then you start to see setups that aren't there. And then you force a trade. You take a loss. And then you beat yourself up over it, and then the next day you see something run really, really big, and then it's really messing with your emotions. So hopefully everybody's having a great day today. Let's go into what was going on in the market today. CPAH was my #1 watch. Right at the open here. From $1.77, this rips just non-stop all the way up to $2.60. Straight 12 minutes. This thing just ran and ran and ran and ran and ran and ran and ran. And I'm telling myself, as I'm watching this grinding up and up, I gotta stick to my rules. I can't chase this thing. Let it continue to run, let it top out, let it pull back, and let it start to see strength. So from $1.77, this ran all the way up to $2.60 up here. And real quick, if I bring over the daily chart on CPAH, you could see right at this level, right here at 230 and up here at 270 would have been resistance because it topped out right here. And look at right where today it topped out at. Right at that 270 level. And I was liking a pullback down to this 260 level. And then now let's switch back over to the daily chart. So 260, 250 level. Opens there at $1.77, runs up to 260. I just had a little brain fart there. But this pulled back and was just consolidating right here at this 240 level up to 250. And then it surges all the way down to this 220 level and hitting a low here at 210. We're right at the 50 retracement and the 61.8 retracement. I took a position on this right at 215. And then I was waiting for it. I was liking this because the past 2 days we've seen similar action like this. We've had big rips up and the stock will pull all the way back down to the 50%, 61.8 level and rip all the way up. And CPAH is a low float stock. Its float is only 3 million shares. So I'm thinking around this $2 mental level, because it bottomed out here at 210, maybe we'll start to consolidate right here, and this thing could easily rip right back up to this 250 level. starts to move up and move up. And you can see this long wick right there. That's a failed breakout, and then you could see it quickly surge to the downside. As soon as I seen that this was failing to break out at this 225 level right here, I immediately got out. And look what happened. I saved my own butt just by getting a feel for the stock, not hoping and reacting to what I'm seeing. And this just kept puttering off and off and off. Coming down to $2 right here, up to 210, this old low right there, and then breaking through 2, and then all the way down, fresh lows on the day. Real quick, just to show you guys. I didn't make much on it. I was able to walk away with a little something, $20 after commissions. $20 on CPAH. I got in at 215 and I sold it at 222. And that's what I'm talking about. I'd much rather walk away with a $20 little winner than having this, holding on to this, hoping for it, and then it surging all the way down to $2 and be down, what, $75, $100? No thanks. So, like I said, it's all about reacting and not hoping. As soon as I seen this 225 wasn't breaking, the ask is just getting stacked and stacked, and buyers are not able to eat through that ask, I'm out. And then, like I was saying, with the pattern that's been happening with these, if we look at OXBR yesterday, let me zoom in here. This got a nice surge all the way up, and then this pulled back. This topped up. This topped all the way up here at around 250s. And when this pulled all the way back, bouncing off this $2 level, the whole dollar level, 38.2, bounced right there, bounced right there, and it bounced right there, up to 225s and 250s. And then the day before, what else did we have? On Monday, we had NERV, I believe. Yeah. So we zoom in on this one. NERV gaps up pretty big, up to $8. Sells off all the way down to 7. From 7, got a nice bounce up to 8. Continued selling down. And then right here at, what is that, 625. Nice little grind all the way up to almost $7. But these huge sell-offs, and then consolidation, and then another sell-off, that's what I'm talking about with what I've been noticing the past few days with a couple of these stocks. That's what I was trying to put together today with CPAH. And then we had Riot today. Like I said, Bitcoin hit a high of, let me type it in real quick. And it's still going. Bitcoin's at almost 13,000. If we look at the past 5 days, this was at this 10,000 area to 11,000. And then from 11, it just ramped all the way up to 12,000, and now over 12,000, approaching 13,000. So this momentum is carrying over to these Bitcoin and blockchain related stocks. You can see Riot here the past 3 days. This has just been trending up from $2.50 all the way up to almost $4. Today, getting some action here pre-market. Stock opens up at 370, sells all the way down to 350. $350 right there. Then starts forming higher lows, lower highs, forming a nice little wedge right there at 360. And from 360, this gets a pop all the way up to 375. And you see how that's a pretty straight line right at 374 right there. There's a big order just unloading and unloading and unloading right at 374, so they weren't able to poke above it. And now this is pulling all the way back. What have I said before in my videos? If a stock's bullish and has strength, it's going to break to the upside of the pattern, and then it's going to pull back, and it's going to bounce off of the area it broke out from. And if it can hold as support, that shows strength. So we could start seeing this move its way back on up to this 374 level and possibly keep going higher. But this level's got to hold the area of where it broke out from. You can see that VWAP right there as well. But now it's starting to break below it. That's showing weakness. Anything could happen though. Mara, very light volume. Not much going on it. Not even much range from 290 up to 314. Oh wow, this thing did come back. I was looking at this too. I was looking at it right at this 250 level before I started the recap, and look at that. Wow. Darn it. Missed out on a play. That's alright. It's late. It's past the time I like trading. This is just because there was just nothing going on today. Traders want to trade. Nothing was popping off. It was really slow. And then just look at all this volume just come right into it. XSPA has a low float as well. I think the float's only around 2 million. But I was looking at this before I did the recap. And before it broke over 3, I was looking at this. And right at $3 is where the 200 MA is. And I'm like, it's going to be really hard for it to break over that 200-day MA. It's already 11 a.m. We're going into lunch hours. It's got no news. It's just a pump and dump. That's all it is. And then look what happens. Runs from $2 today, pops up to 240, pulls back right here, and then surges up to 270, grinds all the way up to $3, puts a doji in right there, and then trends down, and this thing bounced right off pretty much this 50% retracement level at 250. And from 250, look at that, grinds all the way up to 3, breaks over 3, runs up to 325, pulls back to 3, rips up to 340. That's awesome. That's an A+ setup right there. 250 up to 3, breaks over 3, pulls back. Old resistance right here at $3 is now holding as support. $3, a mental area, all the way up to 340. That's just beautiful. But let's carry on with the recap. OSTK, nice move today. If you zoom out on the chart, today this thing bounced right here at 1080. Look at this. The past 2 days lows at 1080. It sold all the way down today, bounced at that 1080 level, and surged all the way up to this resistance all right here. And then now it's even starting to break up through that level. And this thing could possibly run right back up to $12 again. Now I want to keep an eye on XSPA now that it's doing that, but it's hard now trading after 11 a.m. because people make their money even today when it's slow. Now they just got their opportunity, they made their money, now they're done for the day. See, that's the importance of waiting. If you don't see nothing going on, wait and wait and wait and wait, and look at 2 hours later, you get an opportunity on XSPA. And then we also had Grow pop off today as well, from $1.36 all the way up to $1.78. Came all the way back down, and look at same thing. Put Fibonacci retracements on this to the top right there. After it topped out here at $1.80, this came all the way down and it tried bouncing right here at the 50% level and then broke through it. Then it was trying to bounce at the 61.8 level, and then it broke through it, resistance, and then now it's just been fading off. Also, MU would have been a good play today. A little bit of a higher price stock, but right from the open at 35.50s. This surges all the way up to $37, pulls all the way back here to around 36, and if you zoom out on this, all the way from yesterday's after hours, it bounced right off of the previous day's highs right here. And from 36, ramps all the way back up to the day's high right there. Pulls back to the VWAP at 36.50, and then just starts grinding its way all the way up now to 37.50. That's a good play right there. Nice dollar grind up right there at this last part. And then I was also keeping my eye, and still am, on BOSC. BOSC came out with news today that they received an order for $870,000. And it's right at this $3 level. It's been hanging around right here all day. And if I bring over the daily, BOSC is also a low float as well. Right at $3, and you can see it right at this $3 level. All the resistance right here. And if this gets over 3, this thing could easily pop up to 350s. But just looking at this thing with its long wicks right there, big green candles on it, this thing likes to move. But XSPA, this got the pop later in the day. Just be careful with this stock. It's up a lot right now, up 86, 87%. This is the part where you could see it. It's at the high at 340, and this thing could easily flush all the way down to 3. But XSPA, this was a beautiful chart for sure. Solid pullbacks on it. It's showing you that it likes to bounce at mental levels. 250, $3 was resistance, another mental level. Pulls back, support, $3, mental level. Now it's running up to 350, a mental level. I would want to see this pull back to $3. I'm not going to chase this when it's way up there at 350. That's the name of the game. Patience. But I think that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. I hope you guys are all having a great day. And I think I'm going to walk away. I'm not even going to try to attempt to trade XSPA. It's already approaching noon. Maybe this will set up power hour now that we've got a hot low float stock up on the board. Traders might want to try to keep this alive since there's really not much going on. We'll just see. But be careful because, like I said, we're approaching lunch hours. It's already going on 11:30 a.m. But this stock, too, I don't see no news on it. That's another thing you got to be careful with. Let's look real quick. See, you can see its float, very, very low float at 1.7 million. That's a really, really low float. Its average true range is 22 cent. Yeah, and I'm not seeing any news on it. See, you even have people right here, XSPA, what's the news here? And you got a chaser there, XSPA in at 320. Always try to stay away, though, from what other people are saying and seeing what other people's opinions are because it can affect your trading. It really can. Like I said, I'd want to, if I was to look at this, I'd want this to pull back to $3. Patience and just wait for it. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. Be safe out there. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, Thursday. And if you didn't trade, it's alright. There's that $3 level. I can't even mess with it though, because I gotta stick to my rules. But watch. This $3 level. More than likely it's gonna bounce off this $3 level, and then it's gonna run right up to 325. Right here. Watch. If it breaks through that $3 level, it's pretty much done for. People are going to give up on it, and they're going to walk away. I'll just let it run here so you guys can see. It'll run up to 325, and then it'll push around 325, and then it'll probably pull back to around the 310 area. And if it has strength, it'll push through that 325 and run right back up to the highs on the day at around 350. See? Look at that. See how it quickly pushed right up to 322? That's why you put fantasy orders out there at like 302. 500 shares, 600 shares at 302. Then you get filled, and then you put a sell limit order at like 322 or 320. I try not to go at mental levels because everybody else is selling at mental levels. So I'll always try to go like a couple cents below, like 325. I'll put a sell limit order at 323. Right there. Boom. Got filled. Just like that. Could have made 25 cents. And this stock just did exactly what I said it's going to do. So it just goes to show you, you can predict what's going to happen in the markets. It's all about patterns, and we see these patterns all the time. Bounced right off that $3 level, right up to 325. Look at that. Then this is the part right here. This is the first stage of resistance, 325. And then this is where all the FOMO and the greed come in, and all the sheep, and they chase the stock. And then that's when you could see it get an exaggerated spike. And then it'll rip down. This is going back to saying human nature never changes. It's the same thing over and over. Analyzing the chart, putting it together. You see it ran right up to $3 right here. Pulled all the way down. And then right here, it topped out at 3 again. And then it pushed through it. And then when it pulled back, it bounced right off that $3 level. So that's showing me that $3 level is a significant level, because it tested it 1, 2, 3, and then it ran all the way up to 350. And then when it came all the way back down right here, that was the 4th time it tested this $3 level. And traders are using the history, the past, to help guide the future. That's why these charts can find. You see it pulled back to 325 right there. That was a support, because it was resistance right there. Ran up to 350, came all the way down. Now it's finding resistance at where it found support right there and right there. And then if you were trying to get in on it right here in this area, that's chasing it. easily this thing could flush all the way back down to $3. And then you sell it for a loss, and then it'll bounce at 3, and then it'll bounce right up to 325. And you'll be like, wow, really? It'll really mess with your emotions. See, look at that. Pops right up to 330. $1,000 shares, $3 up to 335. That's 350 bucks. All within 5 minutes. Five minutes. Most kids out of high school work a whole week to make that. And then there it is. There's the exaggerated little push up over 325, up to 335, and touching 340. I didn't trade this. Like I said, I like to stick to my rules. After pretty much 11 o'clock, I'm done. I've seen it so many times. Forcing trades and taking trades around lunch hours, and it not work out. Look at that. Pushes right up to 365. Now all this volume is going to start coming in, and watch it really, really push up because people get FOMO. And they're not thinking about the risk. This just ran up from $3 to $3.70 now. And you start to see volume pick up. People get greedy and FOMO. And that's when you can just see this thing rip. And if you were the smart money and you got in down here and was patient at $3, you could be selling right now into this dumb money that's chasing it. That's what it's all about. Pushed right up to a new high of day from that $3 level. Now I was playing it safe and taking profits right there at 325. We just seen this stock move $1 in 5 minutes. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I'm not going to let this run too long. Be safe out there, guys. Don't get FOMO and try chasing this, because it could easily rip and pull back $1. Always want to try to be patient in the market. You got to remember, you got to think of this, you're playing an old man's game. And the smart money, old people have all the money. The big money is all old people, and they don't move that fast, so they're going to be slow and have patience and wait for the stock to come to them. You got to have that type of mindset. Alright guys, till next time, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, study, study. Later.